Western Conference Finals, Game 1, Mavericks versus the Wolves. What bets am I taking for today's Wednesday card? I'm about to tell you real quickly. This is the free 3. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video. I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Last night, we got it done. We needed it in the worst way. We got the sweep, baby. 4-0 on the card yesterday. Exactly what we needed. The Phillies and Rangers, first 5 under, no sweat bet. Rangers Swartz. Incredible form continues. The nerfy between the Mariners and the Yankees, we also got that done. Shout out to those two pitchers, Clark Schmidt, Brian Wu. Appreciate y'all. Celtics team total, it looked like a little sweat there at the end, but overtime helped us get pushed over. The shot by Jaylen Brown helped us out a little bit as well, so we cashed it on the team total, and Jason Tatum's rebounds, never a doubt. 4-0 on the day yesterday. You love to see that. Exactly the momentum that we needed here as we end off the month of May. We're back over 500, so let's see if we can keep it going today. If you can't, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for all our best bets that we're dropping here on the channel every single day. We're also on your Apple Podcast, Spotify podcast as well. And let's dive into these best bets for today. For my first best bet of the day, I do have some baseball bets for you guys as well, but let's dive into the Wolves-Mavs matchup because I know that's what you guys are dying to see and dying to hear about. Now, the Mavericks, I think they have a chance in this series to actually win it. I do like the Wolves as well, but I do think the Mavs can win this game. Right now, I'm leaning towards the over in this matchup. If you look at what these two teams have done against each other this season, the over to me is the play here. But you're probably saying, wait, Noble, have you looked at the numbers? I have. In the matchups that these two teams faced off this year, in the 5 games that these teams have recently faced off against, all 4 of the 5 have gone under and 1 game has pushed. But if you look at the lines of these games, they're higher than the total of this game. All those games have had totals of 219 or higher. Majority of them were 228, 230s. This line is 206.5, 207.5. To me, that's just way too low. If you look at some of the scores of these games, back in January, 115 to 108, that would have gone over. Another one back in December, 118 to 110. That game would have went over. Another one back in December, 119 to 101. That game would have gone over. So for me, I get it. It's playoff basketball. It's a more defensive-minded game here. But for me, this is a game 1, right? It's not game 7. So for me, I don't think defense matters as much here as much as it would later on in the series. I think both teams are going to feel each other out. Both teams are going to come out with the momentum and the hype off of getting to the Western Conference Finals. So because of that, I think scoring is going to come in abundance here, and I'm going to go with Jaden McDaniels over 10.5 points, minus 120 odds. So the reason why I like Jaden McDaniels here is because of the way that I see the Mavericks are going to guard the Wolves defensively. I'm expecting them to double team Anthony Edwards when he drives. Both of these teams run a lot of pick and roll, so we see Conley, Gobert run the pick and roll. I think they're okay with that with some weak side rotation, but long story short, PJ Washington should be on Karl Anthony Towns, which is going to mean Jaden McDaniels is going to be open to shoot the ball. That is going to be big. Now, Jaden McDaniels' confidence in shooting the ball here is going to matter if he goes over this total. I think that he's going to be able to have that because of the confidence that we've seen thus far from him in the playoffs. 12.4 points per game he's averaging thus far in the postseason. He's shooting the ball well, over 60% from the field in that Denver series, besides that game 1. And if you looked at some of his game logs versus Dallas this season, back against January, he had 11 points. In December, 12 points. Earlier in December, 11 points. So he's gone over this total literally in 3 of the 4 games against Dallas this year. Now, granted, that was before the trade deadline, so that was before Dallas got Gafford and some of the other pieces like PJ Washington. But for me, I think that Jalen McDaniels is going to have to be a big integral part of this Wolves offense in this series as a whole. We saw him score 23 points in the closeout game against the Nuggets. We saw him score 21 points in game 6 as well. Even dating back to the first round against Phoenix, he had 25 points and 18 points in 2 of the 4 games there. So we've seen what he's been able to do this postseason in terms of scoring, adding complementary offense to this Wolves team. I think that's going to have to be a big portion of the game today. I don't think Anthony Edwards is going to get as many looks as he wants. And then I also think that the Mavs are going to try to take away him and Karl Anthony Towns, which means that the role players and the pick and roll is going to be much more of an integral part. Jaden McDaniels over 10.5 points, first pick of the day. Now, speaking of offense, you can't talk about offense in this game without talking about Luka. So yes, I'm going to also take over 28.5 points with him, minus 120 odds, because Luka, he has not not been in the best of form, but he's really not been in the worst of form. He's still averaging 27 points per game thus far in the postseason. He had 29 points in the closeout game at OKC, 31 points in the game before that, so he could still score. Yes, he's not shooting at the volume or the efficiency that we would really want to see. Does he look at 100% healthy? No. Is his three-point ball falling with consistency? No. We saw him pick it up, and that maybe that will give us just like a better look here for him. 4 of 6 from the three-point line in the closeout game, 5 of 11 before the game before that. He's getting to the free throw line, so you love to see that, and he's gone over this total several times thus far in the postseason, so it is a lot of points at 29, but for Luka, that's not asking too much. We know the volume is going to be there. We know McDaniels is going to be on him and is going to try to pester him, but I think he's going to guard him a little bit different than Lou Dort. He's not as physical as a defender as Lou Dort, and that means that Luka, I think, can get to the mid-range a lot more. He can get to his floaters, which is the type of shots that the Wolves are trying to give up defensively. Now, season Luka has not been hitting those consistently, but if he does start hitting those, I think tonight could be a good matchup for him to feel that out. I think that this is going to be a good game for him to be able to score some points. So give me Luka over 29 points. Like I said, I lean towards the over here. That would be an official pick, but I'm just going to go with the player props here as my way of playing the over in this matchup. All right, 2 best bets down. Let's head to baseball real quickly. I've got a winner for you guys here in the Pirates and Giants matchup, and I'm going to go with the Pirates on the first 5 money line here, minus 130 odds. Now, this is a matchup where we have 2 starting pitchers on the mound that right now are trending in different directions. Blake Snell is on the mound for the Giants, the reigning NL Cy Young Award winner, but he's just been struggling to start the season. 0-3 on the year with 11.57 ERA. He hasn't pitched in over a month, and that's right now concerning because he didn't look good before he left with the injury, and now that he comes back, I don't know what we can expect out of him, but I know what we can get out of Jared Jones, which is pretty solid pitching. He faced the Cubs in back-to-back starts, which is always tough. He went 12 combined innings to go with 5 runs given up, so that's not too bad, and his struggle has been the home run ball. Gave up a home run in both of those games. He has a 2.89 ERA, which is 21st best in the National League, so that's not too bad. We saw him against Colorado a few starts ago. He went 7 innings, 1 hit with 10 strikeouts, so his type of stuff is really potent, and it's just really hard for me to back Blake Snell here just because of what he looked like before the injury. He's coming back from injury. There's not much here that's going to show me that he can do much better. The Pirates have been hitting left-handed pitching pretty well, so for me, give me the Pirates first 5 money line as our baseball bet of the day. I'm feeling good today, so I'll go for one more bonus bet, a parlay of the day, and let's just go with another one in the major leagues. I love this baseball slate, crazy baseball slate. Inside the Discord group, I've just dropped a plus 1,000 money line parlay. If you want that, make sure you come to the Discord group and grab that. 5 games that I really love. It's all day, so make sure you tap in and grab those winners. But for a late night parlay, I'm going to go with the Jays on the money line, Yankees on the money line. That gets you to plus 133 odds. I'm not overthinking this, okay? Nestor Cortez is on the mound for the Yankees. Bryce Miller's on the mound for the Mariners. Nestor Cortez at home this year has been absolutely stellar. He has an ERA underneath 2 pitching at Yankee Stadium. I like them in this matchup today. I think they can be able to get to Bryce Miller, who struggled at times with his control. 3.08 ERA. He's not coming off his best start against the Orioles, who when he gave up 5 runs in just 5 innings, and now you're facing the Yankees that are number 1 team against right-handed pitching right now. Give me the Yankees on the money line. Now, the Jays are another team that I really like. They're big favorites against the White Sox, rightfully so. The White Sox are 5-20 on the road, but for me, I like Chris Bassett here. 5.03 ERA, which is pretty high for him, but he's been trying to bounce back, and we saw that in his last start against Tampa Bay. 5 innings, only 3 runs given up, which was a mistake pitch home run. His game before that against the Phillies, a team that's run number 1 right now in baseball in runs per game. 6 1/3 innings, only 2 earned runs given up. Meanwhile, for the White Sox, they're sending Nastrini to the mound. Nick Nastrini's not somebody that you really want to back. 7.88 ERA. He's really just been called up from the minors, so I'm going to go with the Jays on the money line here. I'm going to go with the Yankees on the money line here to wrap us up for the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 4 best bets, 4 winners that are headed your way on this Wednesday card. Give me Luka's points over 20.5. Give me Jay McDaniels points over 10.5. Now, also give me the Pirates on the first 5 money line, and then a money line parlay with the Yankees and Jays to tuck us in. For more picks and plays and that plus 1,000 parlay, it's in the Discord group. I'll drop a few other plays like a Nervy of the day on the Twitter channel. Appreciate all the love and support. Let's get after that money, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Later, gang.